What are the forces that influence ocean currents? Describe their role in fishing industry of the world. Two parts to this question. What causes ocean currents and how ocean currents causes an impact on the fishing industry of the world. Introduce them briefly. Then, while coming to the forces behind the ocean currents, we know that in the equatorial region it receives maximum sunlight and hot water expands. Then this expanded hot water will be moving towards the polar region as a continuous flow of water, which is the ocean current. Now, as the water is hot in the equatorial region, I am going to tell you how to connect the next point and from that point to the next point. So when water is heated in the equatorial region, it will be heating the atmosphere which is in like touch with it. That means hot air expands, right? So we have to talk about wind. So wind in the particular equatorial region is trade wind. The trade wind push water in the westward direction, towards the westward direction in the equatorial region. That is known as equatorial current, north equatorial and south equatorial current. We have studied, right? Now, when the particular thing is moving towards the north and south, okay, whether it is in northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere, that will be affected by Coriolis force. So now start talking about it. In the Coriolis force, the currents are deflected to the right in the northern hemisphere and towards left in the southern hemisphere. When the water is thus deflected or removed from one area to another area, that creates a depression in the beginning area, right? Okay, for example, when in the equatorial region, from the equatorial region, a mass of water is moving towards the north pole or south pole, that creates a vacuum of water in that particular equatorial region, right? Not vacuum actually, like there is a depression of water. To replace that height, water will be upwelling from the bottom. So this is how we have to move from point to point. So talk about upwelling in the Peru region, etc. So that particular upwelling is also part of the ocean currents. Then when this particular water is rising in the Peru region, that means the water is in touch with the Peru land surface, right? Now start talking about the impact of land surface or continent surface on the movement of ocean water. We know that in the Gulf Stream, which is a continuation of north equatorial current, when it is touching the continents, it is getting deflected. We know that in the Florida area of the Central America region, etc. Then this particular Gulf Stream will be deflected by that particular continent, because when there is continent, it cannot move further in that direction, right? Now, apart from this continental deflection, we know that some unseen force is also deflecting this particular tides or these ocean currents. That is the gravitational pull of moon and the sun. Okay, that is creating this tidal currents. Okay, because of this particular gravitational force of attraction. Then we'll start talking about the role of this particular ocean currents in fishing industry. So we'll start with the point where we ended. That means we talked about the nutrient upwelling in the Peru region. When these nutrients are upwelling because of the ocean currents action, that witness abundant population, so helping fishing industry. Apart from the nutrient distribution in this particular Peru region, the ocean currents, as it moves, it is taking the fishes as well. Okay, that means the fishes like tuna, when it is moving, it follows the warm current, so it creates new commercial fishing routes because of this ocean current. Then apart from the acting as the facilitator of fish migration, it is also acting as the spawning ground or the breeding ground for this particular type of fishes. For example, in Sargasso Sea, where water circles, it creates a breeding grounds for eels. Now, apart from acting as this favorable facilitator, when the water from one area is reaching another area, it can carry invasive alien species as well. For example, lionfish, etc. in the Atlantic is brought by this ocean current. Now, even though it is affecting the environment in several ways, it is also affecting the lives of man or human as well. How? In a positive way, because we can say that the warm current in the British port region, etc., when the Gulf Stream is reaching this as North Atlantic drift, etc. in the British or European region, first of all, it is melting the ice in the sea. It is opening up the sea route. Second thing is that in the Newfoundland region, okay, on the east side of the North America, we can see that there is Grand Banks. Okay, off the coast of this Newfoundland region, we can see Grand Banks. That means a very high potential fishing ground. It is created by the confluence of Gulf Stream and cold Labrador current. When the warm current and cold current meet, it is ideal ground for this particular like fish population. So you can talk about that point as well. Then we will be concluding it suitably. So let's move through the points once again. We will be introducing initially what is an ocean current. It's a continuous flow of water in the ocean, and it is influenced by an n number of factors, or a myriad of factors that we are going to say in the answer. Then we say that because of the ocean currents, it is impacting the fishing industry as well, and it is determining the distribution of abundance of marine life. Okay, that you have to say as an introduction. Then factors, you start with solar radiation, and you say that like as the water is getting heated, it is like causing the rise of air, which is wind. So what the trade wind will be doing is trade wind will be deflecting water towards the westward region. Apart from this like wind portion, what we have to say, combining water and wind, that whatever body is moving, that will be affected by Coriolis force. So you tell the direction in the northern hemisphere and direction southern hemisphere of the direction of this like water movement due to the Coriolis force. When the water is removed from one particular area, it causes upwelling and downwelling in one region and other region. You talk about Peru and the bringing of nutrients to that particular area. So when we started talking about a landmass called Peru, you say that apart from this impact of solar radiation, wind, etc., this landmass or continents also deflect. You talk about the Gulf Stream. Then you say that apart from this visible causes, there is an invisible cause, that is gravitational pull. Then we'll start saying about the fishing industry. Begin with the nutrient distribution from the Peru region. Then you can talk about apart from bringing fish to one particular area, it is taking fish as well. That means it is causing the fish migration. You talk about the tuna migration in Pacific and Atlantic, that is creating commercial fishing routes. Apart from the creation of fishing routes, it is causing the breeding ground in the Sargasso region, etc., where Gulf Stream and other currents meet. It's the breeding ground for eels. Then apart from acting in that positive fashion, it is also impacting by carrying the invasive alien species like lionfish, etc., in the Atlantic. Because invasive means what? It is taking some species to some foreign areas. Then it is also impacting human beings in a positive way by melting of the sea ice in the cold region. Then by creating a rich fishing ground with the meeting of warm current and cold current, that is warm Gulf Stream and cold Labrador current. You can take as the example in the Newfoundland region on the Grand Banks. So you say that the intricate dance, intricate means what? Very complex, unexpected type of movement of ocean water. It detects not only the movement of water masses but also livelihood of millions by creating the fishing industry and its associated things. So with that we will be winding up. Thank you.